Hello, Cricuters, and welcome to Cricketing with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. You know what? I've done it again. We are at the end of the school year, and I found something that I like, and I said, I am not buying that. I am going to make it. And since I was able to make it, I want to share my full process with you. This is what the finished product looks like, and what am I going to say? I love it. I love it. This is the black shirt that I did, and I also made a white one just like it. On the black one, you might notice that the colors are a little bit more distressed, but either way, I still like these. Both of these shirts, I have twin girls, so one will wear the white shirt and the other one will wear the black shirt, but that's neither here nor there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at the materials that you will need in order to make t-shirts with these designs just like this. The materials I used for this project include a black 100% cotton Gildan shirt. I also used a white 100% cotton Gildan shirt, my green standard grip mat, my Cricut maker. You could also do this project from a Cricut Explorer Air 2. I used dark fabric transfer paper by A-Sub. However, you could also use dark fabric transfers by Pen and Gear. To me, both products work equally as well. I don't have a preference of one or the other. I even used dark fabric transfer paper on the white shirt that I made, and this is how the colors look. To me, the colors are more vibrant when you use dark fabric transfers on light colors. Okay, so without further ado, let's head on over to the computer and see how to create our own file. The first thing you're going to do is go to a new tab, and you will do a search for Uno logo. And when the tab opens, you will be under the all option. Click on the option for images. I selected the very first one that pops up, and it is the one that says file uno logo.svg. This one is not copyright protected. I right clicked on it and I saved it, and I'm just going to save this as uno logo svg. Okay, and you just have to remember where you have it saved. After I do that, I'm going to do another Google search, and this time I'm going to search for Uno cards deck SVG. And when my options come up, I'm going to find the one that says Uno cards deck.svg Wikimedia Commons. Right click on it and save image as, and then save it wherever you want to save it as, and I'll just call it Uno Deck SVG, and remember where you saved it. I'm going to click save. Okay, so now that I have my two files downloaded, the next thing that I'll do is go to Cricut Design Space. The first thing we're going to do in Cricut Design Space is grab a shape from the panel on the left. We're going to grab a rectangle. We're going to move it down, unlock it, and resize it. The width will be resized to 6.75 and the height will be resized to 9.25. This will serve as the template. I'm going to change it from a basic cut to a pen, and then bring the view down on my canvas so I can see everything that I'm placing on the canvas. The next thing that I'll do is upload the file that I downloaded, which was the Uno symbol. When it comes in, I'll choose complex, and then I will remove the background. As a Cricut Access member, you can do this for free. I'm going to click accept and continue, and then add the print then cut image to the canvas. When the image comes in, I will need to resize it so that it fits inside the template, which will be my workspace. And I'm just resizing it and making sure that no part of the image is touching those outer lines. The next thing that I did was rotate the image so the word Uno was straighter. So I rotated it initially by 15 degrees, and then I changed it and rotated it by 20 degrees. And then just continue to resize it until I liked where it was inside the template. The next thing that I did was I clicked on text and typed in the text that I was going to use on my shirts. I turned on the caps lock and I typed 2 words. I'm out with 3 exclamation marks, and I changed the font to one that is called Made Tommy. Made Tommy was downloaded from dafont.com. Once I had the font in the way I wanted it, I moved it down and I selected the curve option. I used the slider and I just moved it to the left so that I was curving the text to fit around the bottom of the oval. And once I got it where I wanted it, then I just started to reposition it a little bit more. Once I had the text where I wanted it, next I ungrouped it so that I could change the color of the letters. I selected the I and the apostrophe and the M. I held my shift key down to select all 3 at one time. I changed those to green. I changed OUT to gold, and I changed the 3 exclamation marks to blue. After changing all 3 of the colors, I went through my layers panel and selected all of those letters, and then I grouped them back together so that they would stay together. The next thing that I did was I went back to my files and I uploaded the deck of cards. So they came in pretty big, and I selected them and added them to my canvas. And when they come in, it'll come in as a really big group, a big deck of cards. So you think all of the cards are together. I made sure that my first file that I had already started working on was grouped so that in case anything happened, they would all stay together. For this part right here, it's important to pay attention because this might get a little bit tricky. The first thing you should do is ungroup the whole deck of cards. And then what you will do is select one number from each row to represent the 2022. So I select the red 2 and I'm going to flatten it and move it out. Then I selected the gold 0, I flattened it and I moved it out. I selected the green 2, I flattened it and moved it out. And then I selected the blue 2 and flattened it and moved it out. I took everything else from the deck of cards and I deleted it because I didn't need it anymore. Now it's time to start working with the file and putting it all together. So what I did was I unflattened the 2 because I knew I wanted to change the color to a darker red. So I changed the overlay color and the number color to a darker red. Then I flattened it again. And then I kind of just did the same thing with all of them. I resized all of the cards to the same exact size. The width that I resized them to is 1.769. The height will automatically adjust to fit that width. Now it's time to get the image printed. So I'm going to click send to printer. I keep my ad bleed on and I use system dialog. I am going to follow the prompts on my printer and get this printed. Everything else that I'll do will be back on the camera. I have my image printed out and I'm not sure if it's just my ink that needs to be replaced, but this looks orange and hopefully it doesn't mess with the image. Hopefully the design comes out nice, but the colors look a little bit off. My heat press is set to 330 degrees. I'll fold my shirt in half just to get a crease down the middle, and I'll press it for 5 seconds. So I'm just gonna go shoulder to shoulder with my shirt, and I'm going to press it for 5 seconds. Okay. And put the backing sheet on top. I'm going to press this. I'm going to put this down and I'm going to let it cool completely. And reveal the color. That is that. And what am I going to say? I love it. I love it. I love it. That is the finished product. I think it has a distressed look to it. I like it. I really do. I think it's so cute. Okay, so that is that. If you found this tutorial helpful, make sure to please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.